Welcome back to our channel Endless Learning. Today we will be discussing about the tools and the instruments in the continuation of the previous video, in which we have discussed about the characteristics of the tools or the instruments. We have defined there some characteristics like validity. We have defined the reliability of a tool or the instruments. We have discussed about the objectivity of the tools and the instruments, and also about another characteristic, that is the sensitivity, right? So in that video we have also differentiated between the two terms, that is the measurement and the assessment. I hope you have watched that video. If you have not watched that video, the link of that video is in the description box of this video. So today we will be discussing about the tool, the types of the tool, right? Basically, tools are of two types, the standardized and the non-standardized. The standardized tools include the tests, scales, inventories. The non-standardized tools include the observation schedules, the interview schedules, the questionnaires. In case of the tests, the responses of the students can be categorized as correct and incorrect. But as you know, in case of the scales and the inventories, there is no correct and incorrect option. We can also say that these tests and the questionnaires are the technical terms, so they should not be used as a general terms in the research. Remember it, right? Different types of tests like intelligence test, we have aptitude tests, we have reading tests, we have some reasoning tests also. There are different types of scales also, like we are having the scientific attitude scale, teachers attitude scale, teachers efficacy scale. We are having the self-confidence scale. We are having the inventories also, like the interest inventory, we have the vocational interest inventory, and so on. Let's differentiate about the standardized and non-standardized tools. It's well known that all the examination papers which we have given or which we are giving in the schools, or which we have passed at the school level or the college level, those are all the non-standardized tests, right? You may be knowing that the marks obtained by the individual does not indicate anything about their learning. As you are giving the examination these days, so what percentage of marks a student gets, it doesn't depict anything about the student's learning. Many a times it has been noticed that a student who is getting the 70% marks in any examination, but he or she fails to clear the another examination afterwards. Right? Let's take an example of the NET examination. Some students are getting the 100% marks on the board examinations in the 10th class or the 12th class examinations, but they fail to crack the NET examination that is being conducted by the NATA. Right? So in case of our students, like there are so many students who can crack the, or who can clear the CTAT, who can clear the NET examination that is being conducted by the NATA, and but they are unable to fetch a job because they can't clear the interview, or they can't clear the what is the criteria there in the job. Still, we can say, since the students are having or they have obtained the high marks, but that cannot fetch them the job. So the candidates who are getting the highest marks in the schools or in the universities, they don't speak anything about their abilities. So the people who are the recruiters or who are in the panel, they don't pay less attention towards the percentage of the marks the students have gained in their examinations, but they have their own criteria, selection criteria, right? Although all the students who have got in the NET examination, or who have got in the JEE examinations, So these all examinations or these all tests are the non-standardized tests, right? They are not standardized tests. Still, we people continue to use them. It's mainly because non-standardized papers are easy to frame and easy to use, right? Similar way, non-standardized tools are in use for a long time and they will continue to be used afterwards. If the researcher can standardize a tool to be used for his research, he or she has to do the tool or the test, we can say, or he can use the scale or the inventory. They have to standardize those, but they can't say that they are using the observation schedules or the interest schedules or the questionnaires, which cannot be standardized, right? Therefore, the researcher are bound to use the non-standardized tools in terms of the observation schedules, the interest schedules, or the questionnaires. So now let's discuss about some differences between the standardized and the non-standardized tools. The standardized tools are difficult to prepare, but the non-standardized tools are easy to prepare. The standardized tools take more time to prepare these tools or to standardize these tools, but it takes less time to prepare the non-standardized tools. Standardized tools involve they are costly, we can say. It involves more money than those of the non-standardized tools. Standardized tools are more useful than the non-standardized tools. Standardized tools are more objective than the non-standardized tools. They are having the more reliability, or we can say we know the reliability of the standardized tools, but we don't know the reliability of non-standardized tools. In a similar way, we know the validity of the standardized tools, but we don't know the validity of non-standardized tools. We have developed the norms for the standardized tools, but there are not norms developed for the non-standardized tools. I hope you might have got the difference between the standardized and the non-standardized tools.